Given the choice between endless talk or playing Mario Kart and jerking off, I'd say that I choose games. So stop a dirty sock into that bitch's mouth. Grab your joystick, a beer, and veg out on the couch. It's time to start the podcast now.
Unspecified. 1,000.
Introducing Turbografx-16, the next generation video game system. Turbo action.
Use the app. Lieutenant.
Turbo action. Turbo sound. Turbografx-16, the higher energy video game system. Legendary axe. And you can expand your system with a CD player for CD games with sound effects that are turbocharged.
Just enough to keep it from burst into flames.
Lieutenant.
Turbo sound.
There it is. We got it.
Drawn by most.
Turbografx. Games like China Warrior. Compare it to Nintendo's Kung Fu. Can you spot the difference? Turbografx-16 has 16-bit graphics that make characters up to 32 times bigger and almost 10 times as many colors.
I can't talk, ladies and gentlemen. I can hardly breathe. I'm going to have to stop for a minute because I've lost the voice. This is the worst thing I've ever witnessed.
The tremendously popular Bonk's Adventure, starring Bonk, the hilarious head-banging caveman who started it all.
There was Nintendo.
The next generation video game, Turbografx-16.
All the humanity, all the...
It's 4 times faster, so the games are more exciting. There are almost 10 times as many colors.
Turbografx-16 is about to knock video games back into the Stone Age. It's 10,000 years ago. You're a cave dude. You are carnivorous. You've got to bonk 28 stages of prehistoric bad guys to rescue your excellent-looking princess. And you've only got one weapon. Bonk's Adventure. Buy Turbografx-16 now and get one of 38 selected games free.
Welcome to the GamesOverGirls.com 16-bit extravaganza. Join us, won't you, as we reminisce about our favorite games from yesteryear. Sit back and enjoy, dear listener. This week we'll be discussing the Turbografx-16. Ew, 2 8-bit processors. Hello, welcome back, everybody's, to Games Over Girls 16-bit extravaganza. We're going to start off with buying, playing, and then we're going to jump into our top list of Turbografx-16 today. That'll take a whole 5 minutes, so here we go. Someone else go first, I'm still tired.
Well, I'm not playing anything really. I'm playing Fight Night Round 3 for 360. Like, I picked it up real cheap because it's Platinum Hits or whatever. And
is that like the first one that came out?
I think for 360, yeah. It's still fun. Yeah. You know, graphically, it's really nice. The controls are really good. Nothing much different from the other Fight Nights, except for like when you knock somebody down, they do it in slow motion. You see their skin jiggle and spit and blood fly everywhere, which is kind of funny the first 3 times you do it. Yeah. But after that, it gets pretty old. But the game itself is pretty fun. You get to create your own characters, and like the character creation mode is pretty good. as far as you can.
Ooh, can you make Little Mac?
I guess so, if you really wanted to. If you want to spend that much time doing it, because all of the stuff is like pinpointed on the certain parts of the body, like the forehead. You can shrink or make it wider or make it bigger or smaller or whatever.
Oh, that always looks funny when you give a mongoloid head.
Exactly. Or if you're a black person, you can make the nose gigantic. You know how that goes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have those
nostrils.
racial hang-ups like you, Earl.
He's lying.
Yes, I am.
What boxer do you use? Mostly?
Just a made-up boxer. I made up
dude.
my own boxer. You
I like
can do-
Oscar De La Hoya in that game.
Of course he does.
I like
Everybody
speed.
does. Yeah.
What
You play
about
it?
the...
Methamphetamine. I played it a few times. I mean, it's kind of hectic until you get like the control with that right analog stick down.
Yeah.
But it's cool when you like pull off like a haymaker or something. You just destroy the other person.
It's excellent.
I know you're done with Soul Calibur, but did you do the character creation mode in that?
The character creation mode of that is okay. You know, like you can change the colors of every piece of armor that you can get and stuff like that, and you can like there's no really you can't really change faces that much. There's like a selection of faces that you can use, and then it's not like you can choose moves either. You get you pick move sets of a specific character, so it's not like there's like move creation or anything like that. So it's not in depth in that aspect.
Well, I just meant the looks of them, because I saw a bunch of people did like Mario and Luigi, and stuff like that.
I mean, see, you don't have to worry about the faces so much because once you get once you unlock armor and stuff like that, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Like this one kid I know made a Beautiful Joe character.
Oh, that's cool.
That looked really like just like Beautiful Joe, like the color scheme and like the crazy V on his head and all that other stuff. So it's pretty good as far as that goes. But beyond that, it's like kind of whatever.
That sounds good, though.
It is good. It's fun.
I wish I liked fighting games.
But you want to know what? It's fun for a week and a half until you're ready to throw your controller through your screen because you lost to some tool because of his lag, and then it's like forget it. I don't want to play anymore. I traded in it already.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Do you think Street Fighter 4 is going to have a character creation or no?
Even if it does, I won't use it. Like, what do you need it for? Like.
Well, that'd be neat to make little Mario and Luigi's.
I guess, but like I was never really like concerned with that with Street Fighter. Like Street Fighter is just I want to use.
Why wouldn't you just play Super Smash Brothers if you wanted Mario and Luigi?
I just want to use Ken or Ryu or something like that, like every other person that plays Street Fighter.
Hogan. Yoga Flame.
I can't wait till that game comes out.
It's going to be spectacular.
Yeah. Christoph, what have you been playing?
I haven't been playing much, honestly. The only thing I've really been playing is Grandia for PS1, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is good. I've been playing I think I'm about 30 hours into it, and I'm still on the first disc, so it's pretty expansive. It's a fun game. It has good dialogue.
What about the battle system?
Battle system's good. It's kind of... It's interesting because you can actually use strategies with it. It's not just button mashing, like, okay, it's my turn, what am I going to do? Fight, this, that, the other thing. So, like, everybody has, in the battle system, everybody has special moves that they can do. And there's, like, basically 5 elements. There's, like, water, earth, air, and wind. And then, on top of that, you have, like, combat styles depending on your weapon type. So, like, you can learn certain types of moves if you have, let's say, bow skill and water or something. Might unlock something once you get to a high enough level in both those skills. So it's kind of neat. And you can actually, like, when you're actually in the combat thing, there's a fair amount of strategy that you can use, like, it kind of lets you know, like, what the order of attack is.
Wow.
So,
how's that for 10:30 on a Monday morning?
Every time you bore me, I'm going to play something from that guy.
So yeah, it's pretty interesting. That you know who's going to attack next. So if you focus your attacks on that person, you can basically make it so they can't attack. Every time you hit somebody, it delays their attack sequence. So it's interesting. It's a fun game, and it's got a good story.
Would you say it's a true paradigm shift?
Actually, a true paradigm shift has taken place.
Well, I guess that wouldn't really make any sense, being that game was made 20 years ago.
The game's probably 8 years old, so I wouldn't call it a paradigm shift.
Older than that.
Yeah. I mean, it's been out for a long time, but it's a fun game, and if you haven't given it a shot, I would definitely recommend picking it up and giving it a play.
Yeah, I have it. Every time I go to play it, I play 10 minutes. I haven't even seen what the battles are like yet. It takes forever to get to that point. So.
Yeah, it's a little slow to start off, but the story's actually really good, and once you get into it, it's pretty engaging. So.
A part of the problem with that is, like, if you play Grandia 2, the battle system in that is so good, there's no way the first one can be anywhere close. So, like, if I tried to play it, I'm sure I would hate it. Not hate it, but, it just doesn't live up to 2, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, see, I never have played 2, so I have no way of comparing the two. But the first one, I actually like the battle system. It's really fun.
If you like the battle system, the first one, it sounds like it's like 2, except I can't imagine it being anywhere near as good because the processing isn't there and stuff like that. 2 is the same way, where you know when the attack is going to happen and you can cancel out their attack or slow them down. It's kind of like a mix between real time and turn based. It's really cool.
Cool.
Hey, I'm really on the ball today. Hold on.
Welcome.
I forgot to welcome everybody for joining. We're 10 minutes in already.
Yeah, it happens.
That's good.
Yeah.
Me?
Aaron's up.
I'm still playing Call of Duty online.
Of course.
I'm not even prestiging anymore. If anyone plays that and knows what it is, it's basically you get up to level 55, you unlock all the weapons and perks and stuff, and then you can restart again from level 1, but all you get is a different icon next to your name. I eventually got bored with that, so I just stayed at level 55, and I've been working to get all the achievements with all the guns. Like, you have to get like 150 headshots with every gun to like unlock like the most like color schemes and stuff for the gun and stuff.
Achievement whore.
Fantastic.
Well, it's not 360 achievements. It's just in-game achievements. You don't get any Xbox achievement points for doing any of that stuff.
Then why do it?
But I mean, it's fun. There's a lot of retarded people in it. I keep getting requests from like British people to like try out for their teams. Mm-hmm. And I thought I was good at understanding. I thought I was good at understanding like British people talking. Like, if you watch any like Guy Ritchie movies or stuff like that, they always have heavy accents, and I can pretty much understand all those. I can't understand half these retards. It's like thanks. All right, bye. I'm like, I think I heard a date somewhere in there, but I'm never gonna do that. You get that.
You don't want to be part of a clan?
I don't even have a clan. I mean, like, I don't even care. People send me messages like during the game asking me, but I'm like, nah, I don't even reply back to them. You hear a lot of British people. You hear a lot of. Lately, I've been getting a lot of people rapping while we're playing. Like, they'll be singing a song the entire time you're playing.
Yeah, that's really cool. I always love that.
That's
enraging. Last night, I went over to see my cousin, and he was playing, and I think there was a guy having a heart attack. Like, on through his mic. Like, I was worried. Like, I was like, someone gonna call 911 for this guy? Because he started out sounding so good, and then he was just like, I don't feel good. And then it was just like, like, it was just heavy breathing through the mic for like 7 minutes straight.
And of course he didn't stop playing.
Yeah, of course. I think his character just stood in one spot the whole time, so he might have died. So I don't remember what his
We'll
name
kick
was.
off the next wave of blockbuster games that are packed with adrenaline, intriguing characters, and immersive stories.
Am I boring you?
Beating off while they're playing.
No, I just like to play him.
Oh, okay. You're just a jerk off.
Yes, I am. There was another one.
But
that was funny.
yeah, I'm probably, like I told Jack yesterday, I'm probably gonna try and, I don't know. I have grad school now on top of work, and I get like no free time, so I might start playing some older games on emulators, but I gotta see how much free time I have.
What were we discussing the other day? You said you're either going to try Final Fantasy 2 or maybe Earthbound or something?
Yeah, I was thinking of doing one of the RPGs from Super Nintendo. Like, I never finished Chrono Trigger, so I might do that. Or Final Fantasy 2 I've never played. I've only played 3. So, you suggested that I try that or Earthbound.
Yeah. Well, I'd say put in Earthbound for an hour. If it doesn't grab you, then go to Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. That's about it.
Alright, well, I've been playing a few things again. I got the Final Fantasy II remake for DS, and surprisingly, it's pretty good. The voice acting in it is amazing, which that's odd. It's very tinny sounding.
Does
of
it
course.
go like this?
No, it's like really like serious voice actors. Like I don't know. But I don't know. I don't like the looks of the characters. They all have humongoid heads and skinny bodies, which makes them look retarded. But like the world itself looks pretty good. It's PlayStation quality, I'd say. It was very orgasmic when I got into the little hovercraft that you get like right away in the game.
Yeah.
Ooh, it looks so neat. Best music in the world ever. And they redid it a little bit. Like it still sounds pretty much the same. What else have I been playing? Castle Crashers I got for the 360. That game's fucking great. It's like Golden Axe, but 4-player, and you can, light RPG elements. You can get different weapons and different moves as you level up and stuff. It's very, very fun, but it's fucked up. They didn't release a patch for it yet because it like sometimes won't save your progress when you play online. Apparently, there's problems to play online. I haven't done that yet, but we played it for like 8 hours the day I got it, till about 4 in the morning or something like that. It's very fun. And Final Fantasy VII, which Earl suggested to me and everybody else for years, but I finally got around to that. I'm at the end now. I liked it a lot in the beginning, but it's not that good. There's too many things that break the idea of being in the game. Snowboarding, really? Really?
Yeah. But listen, dumb mini games have gotten to be a part of all this crap now.
I realize that, but that one is stupid. You go from having
Snowmen.
4 people in your party with swords, spells, fighting, and like awesome backdrops, and then you're snowboarding and you're catching balloons.
Listen, just look past the dumb.
No, I
crap
can't
like
look
that.
past that shit. It's stupid.
Wait,
It is
there's
stupid. Of course it's
snowboarding
stupid.
in Twilight Princess.
Yeah, and that was stupid too.
All right. as long as you agree across the board.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as you're consistent.
And then, like, I got real annoyed at that golden saucer place. There's like 8 billion doors in every room
my
you go
God,
in.
I hated
Very annoying.
Then don't hang out in Golden Saucer.
I didn't, but you have to go there for a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's like 2 hours.
That's 2
That's
hours
all.
too many. No, it's
2 hours,
fucked
I'll
up.
never get back.
I got as usual. I got lost in the story. I have no idea what's going
And
on.
that's his own fault for playing too human like a crazy person.
I'll get to that in a minute. Like all in all, like the battle system's amazing. I love the summonings and all that. But yeah, it's just little shit. Like the one town you go in the beginning where you have to like dress up like a girl. They gave me absolutely no direction what to do. I walked back and forth talking to everybody like 10 times and got real annoyed at that. But it's nowhere near as good as Final Fantasy II, and I'm sticking by it. And and that's it. Besides 2 Human, which is like pretty much definitely in the top 5 best games I've ever played in my life. I'm on the fourth playthrough. I got the
Whore.
level cap, level 50. I never knew I was a loot whore before playing this game, but I am. I love it. It's getting way too much bad press though, and it's so not deserved. Everybody needs to play it.
No.
Well, then you're a fool.
If I can't target effectively, I'm not playing it.
You can. What do you expect? There's 70 people on the screen. Do you really think it's going to be easy to target any
if it
one of
locks
them?
on to one thing, I want it to stay locked on to one thing. I don't want it like switching.
Well, it does. It stays locked on, but if you move that analog stick while other people are around, it'll try to switch to different things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing. That's it.
You suck.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Shall we jump right into Turbografx?
Oh, I
Or does
wanted to bring
anybody-
something up from last show we did, the RPG. When I was all fucked up and hungover, I forgot to include 2 RPGs that ruled my life for a while.
Which ones?
One being Diablo 2 and the expansion pack Lords of Destruction. That's a real loot whore game.
Yeah.
That kept me for a long time. And of course, World of Warcraft. I played for almost a full year before finally getting out of it.
I think you did talk about that.
No, it was another guy that talked about it.
I was all fucked up, and I fucking couldn't even think straight that day.
Yeah.
But they're both very good games. But World of Warcraft at least will take over your life if you let it.
I can't get into
all those games. Well, it's terrible.
If you don't stop right away, it's going to take over your life. Because it did for me for a year. And eventually I got to a point where I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm spending every Saturday night 8 hours going into dungeons with 30 other people.
That you don't even know.
That I don't even know.
But they're your friends somehow.
Yeah.
Well, just from what I've been playing with 2 Human, if it's anything like that, but like bigger, I can't play it because there goes my job, there goes paying bills, which I don't do now anyway. There goes everything because 2 Humans suck up to way too many hours already. I think I played it for 70 hours so far. But anyway, yeah, I forgot to bring up one thing about. Remember that stupid little RPG song I did?
Yeah.
Every time I get into a battle on Final Fantasy 7 or 2 now, that's running in my head constantly, and it's annoying. I wish I never did that. All right, before we jump on, there's one more thing. This has nothing to do with anything, but it was just hilarious. You know the arcade emulator MAME?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Chris's sister Erin, one of the her and her husband's friends, his name's Fred. He came over the other day, and he goes, what do you play? How do you get arcade emulators? Which one do you use? I go. Or no, I think I brought it up, and he goes, do you use Mammy? I go, Mammy. and I was like, what? And he goes, Mammy. Do you use that emulator, Mammy? I go, you mean MAME? I call it Mammy. I was like, wow. I found that hilarious.
There's a lot of words that people have unusual pronunciations for, I think.
Yeah, but Mammy?
Yeah, Mammy's
really?
pretty funny.
I think that's racist or something, but I'm not sure.
Mammy's little baby love show.
Nice. Oops. Okay, shall we jump into Turbografx then?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
Pause for theme.
What's that?
Pause for theme.
I'll put it in later.
Oh.
Yeah, alright. Enjoy this little thingy. And we're back. Okay, who wants to start first? I don't want to start first.
Well, I have no list, so I won't
That's
start.
right. It's basically me and Earl talking about Turbografx, I guess, today. Did you
I
play
remember
it all,
a few
Chris?
games.
A few?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Did you make a list? Or
No.
No?
I
Good.
never make lists, though.
I'll start. I mean, I'm just going to preface this with, like, honestly, I like the Turbografx a lot. I like the system a lot. But when I go back to look at the games, I realize that I couldn't have liked it that much because there's really nothing to play.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't come up with 11 games to save my life. And I included the Turbo Duo, like the CD games and stuff like that.
Well, you have to get 11, yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't even get 11, but... And it's in no particular order, but...
Yeah, you know what? I tried to put mine in a
I
1
gave
through
up
11.
on that.
I was like, this ain't going to happen.
Yeah, I gave up on that. I just started putting names down that I liked.
Here's a
as I
general
started.
question for the Turbo Duo. How did you save your games in Turbo Duo? Did it come with like a special memory card?
It's saved in system,
Yeah.
but it erased your games if you didn't turn it on for 24 hours, so you're kind of fucked. I think there was...
No, I think it was 30 days.
Yeah. Oh, not mine.
Nice.
Not mine.
Yeah.
I lost my Utopia game after about 3 days, and I wanted to kill somebody.
That's awful.
Yeah, but there was like a memory card that you could use. Like if you had the Turbo Duo system itself, instead of the Turbografx with the CD attached, there was a card that you could slip into the regular game slot, I think, to save games, or it was in the back.
See, I don't remember that at all. all.
There was definitely a save card, which I didn't have. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be pissed off about losing my Newtopia save. But it did save in system, the Turbo Duo.
So, a lot of our listeners are probably not even familiar with the TurboGrafx-16. Jack, do you want to give them like a little background on what the TurboGrafx-16 was, what it purported it?
Two Nintendos taped together. That's all.
Pretty much. They did a good
looked
job
good,
of it,
though.
at least.
Yeah,
it was
there
the
were-
first 16-bit system, which was actually two 8-bit processors. Is that correct?
As far as
Ding,
I know,
ding.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like calling the Jaguar 64-bit.
Yeah.
78 4-bit processors.
10 8-bits. Yeah.
It was the worst system ever. I bought one for $5.
But it launched, I believe, before the Genesis. It was truly the first 16-bit.
I think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
It was. It did
But then,
great.
wasn't Dreamcast really two 16-bit processors?
Dreamcast was
It wasn't true.
it was two 32-bits.
Oh, so
there was a
64?
64-bit
Oh,
processor.
okay, all right, makes sense.
I
Yeah,
don't
it was
know
a
nothing about
64-bit processor, and it was no. Yeah, it was 64. It was two 32-bits.
Was it?
Or maybe
Okay.
it was two 64-bits because was it what was PlayStation 2?
128.
So it was two 64-bit processors, and they pretended like they were 128, or maybe it was, I can't remember.
Doesn't that make
exactly.
you sad they don't talk about systems in bits anymore?
Yeah.
Because
Like
what
now
would
it's
we
like,
be up to?
I don't know, 6 billion. Like now it's
It would have to be close to.
I was
it's
looking
just
in the
like-
books the
It's
other.
how many gigabyte processors?
Yeah, I
It's
was
like-
looking in the book the other day, and it was going by like it had PlayStation at 128-bit, and then it was like PlayStation 3 was like, technical speak. I don't remember it.
PS3, I think, has 4. Like,
PS3 is
how many
ridiculous.
gigabit processors? They have, I think it has 4 processors, right?
Yeah, PS3 is ridiculous.
Imagine
By
what the
far most
commercials
powerful.
would be like that for today. 10,000-bit processor.
More than the rest.
That's another thing though. Before we talk about games, about it, like TurboGrafx had way too many add-ons. There was a controller extension cable.
Because the cord was like 3 feet long.
Yeah,
Whose
yeah.
idea was that?
They wanted to make
Cut
money, I
costs.
suppose.
It was retarded.
Turbo Tap, which was the multiplayer adapter, it only had a one-person
Yeah.
adapter.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
I remember
So
that.
It was
Only had one
stupid
place to
too.
plug in.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got the CD add-on. You got all those. There was a bunch of different arcade cards for the CDs, so you couldn't just buy a CD
CD and
game. You'd have to make sure you had the right card for it.
Yeah, which was
That's
really stupid. Unless you had the
obnoxious.
Turbo Duo.
Now, the
In which
actual
case-
cartridges were they're like almost
They
the
were-
thickness of like a credit card.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were about the
Thin.
size of a credit card, actually. They were
Yeah.
really small.
That was like the coolest thing about them.
Yeah. Especially since you can lose them real easy. That was really fun.
Yeah.
I don't even know where my Newtopia is. It's probably still in the Turbo Duo.
You still have the system?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? Cool. I sold mine a while ago. I must have put it on eBay at just the right time because I bought it brand new for $300, and this is like way after it was dead. And then I went and sold it on eBay for over $600.
That's crazy.
Because there was none on eBay at
Wow.
the time, so someone was willing to pay it.
I mean, I only spent like $20 on mine.
Nice.
It's from Funko Land. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
I got all that stuff from Funko Land. Like, I got my Jaguar. I just got it just to get it with the little numerical keypad, for $5 off of somebody.
That thing was bigger than a telephone.
That thing was retarded.
Now, the console itself kind of looked like it was sort of like the shape of an Intellivision, wasn't it?
A little bit. Yeah, it was small, rectangular. Had a little cover on the back of it to take off and put on the CD drive, which that was the ugliest add-on in the world.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
If you didn't have the Duo.
It was really bad, but whatever.
Okay, go with what do you got for number 11?
Well, like I said, it's in no particular order, and I couldn't even get 11, even if you put a gun to my
What
face.
did you get up to?
6.
Nice. That didn't have that much of a problem. Maybe you just didn't play. Some of the good
I mean, I
games.
got it way late. I wasn't even around when it came out. I wasn't even into video games like that when it came
no?
out. So plus I'm poor and black, so
Yeah.
TurboGrafx, forget it.
Well, yeah, that shit was expensive.
Yeah,
Wasn't it like $300 or something?
it was a lot of
close to
fucking
it?
money.
Yeah.
And think of it back then, that was a lot of money. But I mean, I had the Bonk series, which I
Nice.
liked a lot. The big caveman with the
You
gigantic
didn't like the
head.
second one, did you? The second one was pretty
No.
bad.
No,
First
But-
one was very good.
But I just put. Wasn't there 3 on the system?
Yeah.
So I just put the series. Like I was gonna put 1 and 3. I just put the Bonk series.
Yeah.
I had fun with it. It was kind of funny to jump around and flip down and mash stuff with your dome.
And climb walls with your teeth.
Yeah,
That was awesome. It had really good music too, and I don't know, just the character design of the guy was really cool.
Yeah.
If they had more games like that, I think it would have done well. But as it turns out, it didn't really do that well. I'm trying to think anything memorable. Like the most memorable level in that game was probably the dinosaur when you go in his mouth, right?
I don't remember anything.
Oh, really?
I just remember he had a gigantic head.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Alright, well, I'll go with one of mine then. Castlevania X, which was not released here, but eventually I did end up getting a copy of it, which was like $300 on eBay. But nowadays you can get it on the PSP. That's the I know we're not talking about PSP, but if you buy Castlevania Chronicles or whatever the hell it's called, you get Symphony of the Night, a revamped version of this Castlevania game from the Turbo Duo, and the original version, all in one thing for like $30. It's very good. It's the best deal in video game history, I think.
That was definitely one of the 6 games I had, the Dracula X,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
Yeah. Because unfortunately it wasn't too much like Symphony of the Night, but it was almost a cross between, I guess, Castlevania 1 and somewhere in between maybe Castlevania 2 and Symphony of the Night. There was a little bit of exploring, but not really.
Not too much, and it wasn't like, swords and stuff like that. You had the whip. Like if you played Symphony of the Night, the beginning of that was the end of Dracula X.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So,
That's
which was
great.
really cool segue that they did with that.
Yeah. What's another one you got on there?
Space Harrier.
Really?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Get
that.
ready.
That's an okay game, but I can't believe you put it on your
That's one of the
list.
few games I played,
Oh.
you jerk.
Okay.
Give me a break here.
No.
Space Harrier was, it really wasn't that fun.
No,
I mean,
it wasn't.
It's neat that you can float around.
Yeah. I think that's all there was to it. In Shenmue, can't you play it in the arcade?
I think so.
Yeah. So, I mean, I remember more of it from...
kitty sleeping.
Wanna play soccer?
Jerk off.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
tangents.
get that again.
We're good.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Cosmic Fantasy 2, made by the wonderful, wonderful people at Working Designs. Same kind of humor as like the Lunar series. Graphics were god-awful, but I think it was your standard turn-based combat, which was all well and good. But again, it all comes down to their brand of humor, which makes their games good. They have the other Cosmic Fantasies in Japan, which they never brought, but apparently there are fan translations you can download somewhere. Google is your friend on that one, because I couldn't tell you where to go. But again, that was a CD game, so you had to have the CD player to play it. Next.
I got Bomberman 93. You didn't like the Bomberman games?
I don't get the Bomberman games.
You didn't like them?
Why are they fun?
I don't know. They're just super fun. Like, they're fun. See, the problem with that is I think of it as multiplayer, and like you said, the fucking system only had one controller port anyway.
Nice.
So it's not like you could really play it real multiplayer. But the Bomberman games are really fun. I'm surprised you didn't like them.
No, I never got them.
It's fun. It's really fun multiplayer.
Yeah, but it's top down. You just walk around corners, put a bomb, run away. Hopefully they'll walk into it like a bunch of jagoffs.
But there's a lot more strategy involved in it than you would think. Like when you blow up stuff, like you get power ups for your bombs. Like it'll extend your bomb. Like the flame that it goes, instead of going 2 blocks, it'll go 3 blocks or 4 blocks or 5 blocks. So
update your character. I want it.
So you do stuff like that, and it's basically about it's basically about trying to trap the other people, and there's more strategy involved than you'd think.
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing with a bunch of morons, it's really easy to win. So that kind of sucks, but whatever. I had fun with it.
Batteries in my pocket.
What happened?
You can replace the batteries.
Okay. Well, all right. We're already down like 3. You have 3 more games, and I can't imagine.
No, I only have 2 more now.
2 more.
Newtopia 1 and 2.
What? You missed out on a lot. Then you're gonna have to dig out your Turbografx.
I've got a couple.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Go.
Splatterhouse.
That's what I got that too. You never played that, Earl.
Oh, you want to know what? I did play it. My bad.
Oh.
See?
Now who's the gigantic asshole?
It's me.
Yeah, that game was a lot of fun. That was, I think, the first Turbografx game that I ever played. A friend of mine, Adam, and I went to the mall, and it was $70, which was like unheard
What?
of. I'm pretty sure it was
That's
$70
insane.
back in the day because it was still kind of new, and that was like the big game at the time. Little dude or actually big dude in a hockey mask. So basically, you're Jason from the Friday 13th games, and you pick up 2x4s. I don't know what else, bats, whatever, and you beat the poopy out of monsters. And the best thing of that game was, the music was really good for one. I want to wait till Earl gets back in the room because he might know about this. But there's these little leeches that come out of these guys. There's a guy, I think it's the second level boss or something. He's hanging from a noose, and he's just a rotting corpse. And we used to call them douchebags because, like, when you hit them, they just explode, and all this liquid would come out, and then like this leech would come out and jump on your head and chomp on you. Let me think what else was good about the game. You fight your girlfriend in one level, which was like the whole point of the game was to save your girlfriend, and I think it's the third or fourth
so it's
level.
Like a real life simulator.
Exactly. You go into this room and you fight her, and she's possessed, and she does this like funky little chicken dance and turns into a monster. And after you beat her, that should be the end of the game because that was the whole point of it, I suppose.
After you beat your girlfriend,
that's just her period. You're just fighting her during those few days out of every 30 days.
What?
She's on her period.
Oh, period. Okay.
She's on the rag.
But do you remember, Earl, like the things that the hanging corpses, and you hit them, and the little chompy worms come out and chomp on your head?
I remember
and
that.
when you die, it goes wow wow.
I don't remember that, but that sounds very funny.
Yeah. Next.
Like I said, all I got left is Newtopia 1 and 2.
Yeah, those games are really good. You can talk for length on those if you want, because I mean, all I have to say is that it's like Zelda, has really good music, and it's fun.
I mean, that's all there is that you really need to say. Like, if you haven't played it, you wouldn't know any of the nuances. You wouldn't know anything about the worlds and how it works, and the dungeons and blah 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 blah. But if you played Zelda, it's a lot like that, except with a different character. The storyline's kind of cool. Same kind of deal. You would go into like little caves and stuff like that, and a crazy old woman would be like, blah, 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 and read you off something that would help you in your quest and things like that. It was pretty much a clone, but it was a very good clone.
Well, it did have a compass in it that actually told you where you had to go next, which was nice because I always get lost.
Yeah, even with the compass, it's still hard.
Yeah.
So
I think I got 2 levels down in it. Did you beat it or?
I lost my memory because I played for a day and a half.
Nice.
I was on the because there's 4 worlds. Each world has 2 dungeons, and I was on the last world, which is like Sky World or something crazy like that, and I stopped playing for a day and a half.
You go into the clouds or something?
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
Maybe that's the 6th one or the last one. I don't remember, like the 3rd world or the 4th world, but actually I think that's the 3rd because the 4th is probably the underworld or something crazy like that, which I would assume. But I was pretty close to the end. At least I thought. Like, maybe I'm stupid, but like I said, the memory erased, and I wanted to punch somebody in the face because the cartridges didn't have internal memory because they're the size of a credit card.
Well, I would say, since you own the system in the games anyway, in that case, I would go get the emulator for it then, since in that case it's legal, and you can, do the save states, so you never have to worry about that anymore.
Makes sense.
Damn.
Chris, you got another one?
I'm trying to think of other games. We talked about Bonk already, right?
Yeah. Well, you can talk about it too.
Yeah.
I have to go get a drink.
I don't really remember much about it, honestly. I didn't have a Turbografx-16. A buddy of mine had it, so I used to play it at his place every once in a while. And I was never that impressed with it, honestly.
I don't know. I guess there wasn't really too much to be impressed with. I mean, there's a couple games that were like, wow.
I don't think there's a whole lot of games ever released for it.
In general, I think there was
how many
like
games were
30.
released?
Honestly, I think there was probably like 40 cartridge games released in the U.S. Maybe. No, I don't think so.
There had to be more than that. Look on Wikipedia or something. There's got to be over 100. It would have never survived if there was 40 games made.
Well,
it didn't. But I mean, it wouldn't have lasted. It wouldn't have lasted as long as it did.
Well, I mean, come on. Look at what the fuck is that? That gigantic arcade emulator, Neo Geo.
Mammy?
Yes, Mammy. The Neo Geo. Like, how many games were really made for that?
10 to 15, I think.
And they made a game like in like 2002. A game came out for it, so like, I mean, that doesn't really say much.
Was it a fighting game or a Metal Slug?
I think it was a Metal Slug. Go SNK.
Mm-hmm. What about NAM 75? Oh, now we're jumping to Neo Geo, huh? That makes sense. But do you remember NAM 75? That was like a Operation Wolf type game.
No.
Nah, very good.
Not one bit.
Let's see what else I got on here. Military Madness. You never played that, Earl?
I've heard of it, never played.
It's exactly like Advance Wars. Obviously not as good, but whatchamacallit? Strategy game.
Strategy games are fun.
Yeah. I have that there. So that's fun. I mean, what are we going to talk about that? But
I think that's all I got.
Ninja Spirit?
Nope, never played it.
Oh my god. Then you missed out on the best game on the system, I think.
Really?
Yeah. It was like Ninja Gaiden on Nintendo.
Okay.
But actually, I think more like the second or third one. Which was the Ninja Gaiden with you had the ghost ninjas behind you? Well, do you remember that?
I remember the ghost ninjas. I don't remember which one it was.
That was a big part of the game. You have these ninja spirits that follow you, and they do exactly what you do.
Okay,
but they're
that's
like
cool.
a couple feet behind you, and the graphics were out of this world. I would say on par, if not better than most Genesis games, and decent music. I mean, all the music in all the Turbografx games were very tinny and weird sounding, but the animation was really sweet and just like a dark game. I would go back and play it if I were you.
It says 94 games.
94.
Yep.
Well,
here's
you said
here's a little
40.
bit of info about Ninja Spirit. Was actually
closest to without going over.
It says Ninja Spirit for the Turbografx-16 was actually the first game in history to receive a 10 in EGM.
No shit.
Yep.
It deserves it. It's very good. It's very hard though.
This quoted from Wikipedia.
That's interesting.
I never played it, so.
What else does it say about? Oh, you might as well read all because we're not.
It says
really...
it's on the Virtual Console now for Wii.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I ain't paying $5 for it.
Hell no.
Can't be that good.
Nope. I refuse to buy any games on that because they're way overpriced, and not to mention they have no, hard drive or anything to put things on, so you got to constantly erase shit. No, thank you.
No.
That piece of shit doesn't have a hard drive?
No. It has 512 megabits of internal memory.
Awesome.
Have fun with that. Have fun playing the 3 games you can download.
Does it have like a USB port you can plug in like a...
Sure it does. Are they utilized? No.
You can't like plug like a storage device into it?
Nope.
Wow.
They use those, what are the SD memory cards?
Oh, yeah.
Or
Really?
whatever. But you can't play games off them. You can store them there and pull them off.
Oh, so
onto
you
the
can
system.
kind of flip-flop when you want to play it.
That's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
Fuck them.
Wow.
Oh.
Way to make things difficult and annoying.
Yeah. So anyway, I forgot to bring this up, but remember how much of a tool I was with Nintendo up until now since they fucked up? Well, Xbox took over that spot over the last couple of weeks. I'm like,
Good.
I'm so
Xbox
giddy.
is by far the best
it's
one.
awesome. But I'm like all giddy about it the way I was with Nintendo, and
Good.
that makes me happy just because I was feeling a little down not having that one thing to cling on to. Not saying I'm biased towards the other ones, but it's the best one.
It is, by far, and I wish people would understand that. You get a lot of the Sony clowns. Like, Sony's so good. And then I don't think there's anybody saying it about Nintendo.
No.
Oh, no, there's people saying about it. They're just morons.
Well, yeah. So I
don't know anything about video games.
I truly think that the 360, obviously it's not the most powerful one. PlayStation 3 is definitely more powerful. It has more storage space on the disc. So, eventually, it
will have good games.
Yeah, it'll overtake as far as that goes because it has more, potential to do stuff because of the size of the disc and the power of the system. But the system's not that much more powerful that it instantly makes it better at the snap of of your fingers.
When is Microsoft releasing their next console though? I mean, 2010, right?
2010 is what the rumor is.
I mean, by the time PlayStation starts to catch up to the point where their games are really actually better than 360, 360 is going to have a new machine out, and it's going to be a million times better than the PlayStation 3, I'm sure.
Well, they're going to keep making games for PlayStation 3 until 2046, like they're doing with PS2, I'm sure.
Which is fine.
Hang their hats on that.
Microsoft will go at least follow through with at least the partial backward compatibility with the Xbox games. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's funny that whatchamacallit, Sony made a big stink. Oh, they're retarded. They're not having full backwards compatibility. Haha, we do. And then they discontinue any support for it after a month.
Yep.
That's fantastic. But anyway, we should finish up Turbografx.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you
Funny
know
how
what?
we get into that from Turbografx.
Whatever.
If we've spent more than 16 minutes talking about this, we've probably spent too
Yeah.
long. It's like 1 minute per bit.
Yeah. Fucking, real quick before we jump back onto Turbografx, there is one game coming out for PS3 that will be a must-own, and that's Little Big Planet. That game looks so amazing. Anyone?
You know, I see it
don't
looking cool, but I'll never play it.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want to play through other people's crappy, made-up levels. And all
No,
that
that's
other
where
stuff.
you're wrong. I think there's going to be some people that have some really cool shit up there.
But like we were talking about when we were doing the thing, there's going to be, like, some people that have really cool shit, and then there's going to be a million other people that have terrible shit.
Well, there's going to be a rating system for it, though.
That's true, too, but,
How
like,
well
just think
will
of
it
it this
work?
way. Think of it this way, like, you know how there's ROMs and there's hacks?
Mhm.
How many hacks have you played through that suck?
I don't know. I haven't really played many at all.
Have any of you played
Yeah,
any
I've played
hacks
some of them.
for like
And
just
they're
Nintendo
god-awful.
emulators, like the Mario, like Afro Man and stuff like
And
that?
Super KKK Brothers?
Yeah, I mean, like, how many of them do you really play for? How many bad ones do you play? For
Oh, I
every
played
good one
Super
that you get?
KKK Brothers
I
right to
bet
the
you
end.
Did you racist motherfucker?
You mother.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it's only as good as the people that are designing the games, and honestly, like the best games are designed by game designers.
Yeah.
Not usually fan homages.
I mean, the only one I can think of that was good, that was like a hack that turned into something amazing was Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Oh,
that,
yeah?
Like, what else is there?
Some of the add-ons for Neverwinter Nights. I don't know if you guys ever played that game.
I
but
played it for about 12 seconds. I didn't want to pay for it.
Neverwinter Nights, the first one, was not an online game or anything. It was just, but basically it had like a builder tool with it, so you could build your own levels and stuff like that. And I've actually played a few of those that were actually community generated that were actually worth playing through. They were fun. But the 99% of them were just
Trash.
absolute crap. Yeah. So, and there's no good way to find, like, okay, well, a lot of people like this, but that doesn't mean it's going to be good. It's just going to be better than most of the shit that you're sifting through.
Yeah.
And this rating system, I mean, people have to play the junk to rate it bad.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, the rating system's only as good as the morons that are rating it, too.
Yeah,
how much
that's
stuff
true.
do you like that other people like? Like, look at
Mhm.
Too Human.
Yeah.
You love it, and everybody else hates it. So, you can't really go by the...
Some people are actually... It actually did somewhat decent sales, but...
I mean, everything does decent sales at this point. Like Beowulf, did okay sales. Like
Who did?
Exactly. That crappy video game movie.
Oh.
Boo.
Boo.
Anybody
Exactly.
excited about that Spore game? It looks retarded. I don't know. Is it?
I don't know anything about it.
Has anyone heard about it? Yeah. It's
You
it's
make
still, a
monsters?
lot of people are talking about it. It's going to be like
rated
this
like
groundbreaking.
an 8 or something on
I think it's by the same guy that does maybe The Sims or something like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But
Same guy did SimCity and The
SimCity,
Sims.
right?
Oh,
And-
SimCity's cool.
And I don't know.
No,
it's
it's
sort of like one of these worlds where you have like evolving kind of. You start like some sort of race and it evolves through time and stuff like that.
So, like
One of these-
Age of Empires?
You,
Yeah,
you
I mean-
you start out as like single-celled organisms, and then you like evolve over time.
I
and you
don't
turn into more evolved creatures.
Sounds like
Eventually, you get to
He-Man.
a point where it's like Sim City, where like you're building your whole worlds.
That's cool, because I want to sit through that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even like SimCity. I would get frustrated with and bored with.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
after play,
like-
it's like, and this is like only a tiny segment. Imagine having to do that from being
From
a single
single
cell
cell,
organ.
The dawn of creation.
Yeah, I don't know.
Awesome.
A lot of people are really excited about it. I don't understand why. I don't know. I haven't played it and checked out any of the demos online. Or
I think it's
anything.
because people don't realize how impatient they are. They must forget.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's a cool concept, I guess, and it's probably like very, it's probably an engineering marvel the way that they did it, but good engineering and like a really interesting concept doesn't necessarily make a good game.
I mean, look at like Jack. I know you played Seaman like for a Dreamcast.
It was funny.
It was funny, but like, did I really sit there and play it every day to talk to the fucking thing? No, I just changed the time on the Dreamcast so we'd be an adult. Like, why would I want to do that? That's annoying.
Hey, what was George Takei the voice of the thing?
No fucking clue.
Because I'm just thinking back to it. You say something to it.
Fish with the guy's face?
Yeah, it's the fish with the guy's face. You could teach him, like it was a cool concept. You could teach him words and vulgarities and things like that.
And he would go, what?
And, like, if you said a word enough, he'd learn it and things like that. And you could have full conversations with the guy. It came with a microphone. Like, once he got older. Like, it was a cool concept. But, like, am I really going to sit there and change the heat in the fish tank until it... Like, fuck that.
You got to clean it.
Yeah, that's fucking
fun.
retarded.
All right, let's get back on
track. There's nothing left to talk about Turbografx.
No, I got a few.
Do you?
Yeah. Do you remember Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu on Nintendo?
Yes, I do.
They made it on that too, and it looked a lot nicer and had I guess better controls. That game's a lot of fun. Would you say? Yes? No?
Agreed.
Okay. Well, that's one gone. And the one that came with the system, Keith Courage in Alpha Zones. You don't remember?
See, the problem is I got the system used, so
I had like 10 copies of Keith Courage for some reason. But that was really fun. Like, you're in a robot suit and you have a Gigantor sword, and you hit things with it. But then in between those levels, there's these colorful little rainbow fruity levels where you're just a dude walking around, worst animation ever, and your guy moved an inch an hour, which was fun.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. And then the last two I have then are Legendary Axe 1. Did you ever play that?
Yes, I did. That was good.
That was very good. It had really cool music, which I'm going to splice in right about here. And, yeah. Very colorful graphics. I'm trying to think of, like, a game that it was like, but I can't think of anything. Roston. Do you remember Roston?
Oh, Roston, I remember. It's kind of like a
standard action game. Go from left to right. Hit things, get powered up.
Could you, in that game, couldn't you pick, like, a different class or something? You could be, like, a warrior or a wizard or some crap like that? Or...
No, I think you're thinking of, what the hell was that name? Kadash.
Kadash.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of, sorry.
And then the last game I have on my list is Bloody Wolf. I'm surprised you don't like that one, Earl.
Never played.
No, it's cool. It's like a 3/4 view, I guess. Kind of like a Contra... Or Mercs from the arcade. Remember that one?
Yeah, I do remember.
It's a lot like that.
Okay,
you'd like it. Cool. Save the President's Daughter, as per usual.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's all I got.
Well, I think there's not much to be had on Turbografx.
Well, we got to do our fake awards for.
Is it worth buying a used Turbografx-16 system?
Yes. Just for the few games that are good, I'd say.
Turbo
yes.
Duo.
Should I check out how much they cost? I'll give you a quick price update here on eBay. Let's see.
Probably too much.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
And I mean, there were a lot of other really good games for the CD that I'll try to remember. The Valis series, which was again a lot like a Roston type of game, but you're a chick in it, and you have swords, and I think you can switch off between a few different girls to play as. Forgotten Worlds, which was also on the Sega Genesis. They made it for the Turbo Duo. And I think the only real difference was that it had a lot better music because it was on the CD. The Gate and Lord of Thunder. Shooters. What?
Yeah, there's a Turbografx-16 Duo plus 2 controllers in a game and shit for $129.
That's out of hand. That's insanity.
But I just saw a Turbografx.
You're saying that's bad?
I wouldn't pay for that now.
A Turbografx-16, just the core system, is $20. Buy it now, plus $9 shipping and handling, which is pretty good.
Well,
but there's nothing. The problem is, like, a lot of the good games are the CD games.
I mean, the games look like they're selling for about 99 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's good.
But you're thinking about it at the time when we were working at Funko, like, when the Turbo Duo was crazy priced and you get $300 for it.
Yeah.
But, like, think of it now. Like, who the fuck is playing it now?
Me and.
But you're
else.
not.
I know.
Like, I have it and it's sitting there. It's been in a box for the last 3 years.
You need kind of a game room where you have all these things set up, you know, so like where they're accessible, not like packed away someplace where.
Yeah,
but here's the thing though, like if I had a room dedicated to games and I had all the systems I've ever owned hooked up, I'd probably play 5 of them, maybe.
You'd walk into the room and you'd look at all and go,
Yeah. I'd
walk right out.
play
What
my
am I doing with
360.
my life?
If I had PS3, I'd probably play PS3 every so often. I'd play the original Nintendo. I'd play Super Nintendo. I might play Genesis every so often.
Mm-hmm.
Dreamcast I'd play. I don't know where I'd squeeze in time for the Turbo Duo, even though I like it a lot. Like, there's no way I'd play that over anything else.
That is a little weird. Like, you could easily pick up a Nintendo and Super Nintendo game and play it.
Exactly.
Like it's like it was 1992 again,
Mhm.
and not get bored.
I have my Nintendo hooked up. I play that still. You know, like I have the stuff. Like, and if I wanted to play the Turbo Duo, I'd hook it up because it's the same. It's pretty much the same hookup as a Nintendo. I would just have to unplug the Nintendo, plug the thing into the Turbo Duo, and play it that way. But do I really want to play it? Not really. Do I really want to sit 3 inches from the console so I can play and my controller doesn't fall out?
Yeah.
Not really.
Oh yeah, that was always fun.
Yeah. Your controller comes out every other minute.
Yeah.
It's retarded unless you have the extension cord.
I could see maybe having friends over or something and maybe playing it for a LARF or something.
No, you wouldn't, because you wouldn't have the Turbo Tap to plug in a second controller.
Yeah, that's true.
But even if you did, like, would you play that over something else multiplayer? Like, you know, like even something stupid like GoldenEye on N64 or Gauntlet Legends for N64. You know,
Yeah.
like I'd play Super Smash Brothers over any of that multiplayer
Yeah.
stuff. You know,
Yeah.
like why would I play that when I could play something else?
Well, that's depressing.
It is, but it's the truth.
Yeah. All right. Well, best graphics award goes to Ninja Spirit for me. What do you got, Earl?
I'm hooked up on Newtopia.
Utopia.
Everything's Newtopia.
Okay.
Music.
All right. Well, for
Newtopia.
music, I have Legendary X. That had a neat little soundtrack. I suppose you two don't have any awards to give out.
Me?
Yeah,
Nope.
Splatterhouse?
Never touched it.
I
Never
mean,
played.
Splatterhouse was fun, but
That had amazing graphics.
I don't
too.
think I would give it. I would give it maybe like a graphics award just for getting away with shit that you never thought.
Yeah,
never
definitely
seen on
got
a
away
console.
with a lot
Dead
of shit.
babies sliding
Yeah.
around on the ground. That was
Yeah,
with
I mean, they
humongous
definitely
heads.
pushed the envelope a little bit with that game. I think for a console system. So.
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
Yeah, I got stuff to say about that later.
I like at the end of Splatterhouse, you fight a gigantic head with 2 hands that like come out of the ground and try to grab you. That was neat. Anything?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Turbografx-16 sucks, pretty much.
I guess so. Isn't that sad?
Now that you're looking at it, it's like, oh, we spent more time talking about Xbox than we did
Yeah.
about TurboGrafx.
You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to do what are you buying? Oh wait, I better do the little clip. Where is it? Oh no.
We lost it.
Where is it?
Who knows?
Oh wait,
Map those things to your keyboard, dude.
they're right here.
What are you buying?
What are you buying? Anyone?
Anyone?
I'm
Anyone?
not buying anything in the near future, honestly. I'm waiting for Fallout 3. That's going to be my next big purchase.
Well, that's
My
not.
wife-
That's actually not that far away.
Yeah, I mean, my wife doesn't let me spend any money on this shit anymore. So,
Waiting
Don't you
for
punch
Gears.
her?
the last 2 things I bought were Bionic Commando, rearmed, downloadable,
Mhm.
and for 360, and what was the other one? Oh, Braid, which was a very nice game.
Yeah, I had to put that away too hard.
Both which were, I thought, good games for the price. So.
Oh yeah, they're all good.
Last thing I bought was Madden.
Yeah, but what are you buying coming out?
Gears of War 2.
All right, that's November 7th.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
That's a little far away, but
That's close enough.
When's oh wait, Fallout 3 releases next month, doesn't it?
October 28th.
Oh wow, okay, so just a little over a month away.
Yeah, that's
wow.
pretty good,
Okay,
huh?
that's the next thing I'm buying for definitely.
And there's actually a couple other ones all around the same time, unfortunately.
Yeah, that sucks.
We got Rock Band 2 October 19th.
Are you gonna get that?
I guess I have to.
Is that just getting released for Xbox first?
Well, yeah, that's for. See, I don't know if that's the disc only or if it's like with all the
You gonna
instruments
get that special
too.
drum kit?
I guess
The master kit?
Ion drum kit, $300.
What?
Yeah, I don't have any
Yeah.
friends, so I'm not going to be buying that.
Well, you can come play it here.
Yeah.
I'm
Even
sure
better.
once it comes out, I'll get all into it like I was.
I don't
with the
even own
first
it, and I
one.
bought a guitar for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have to get Rock Band 2 on PS3 if I get it because I have.
Oh, you have
Rock
the
Band
stuff for
1.
PS3.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You suck.
So
Wah,
that's $500
wah,
because of the $300 drum set I have to get,
Yeah.
and then the game itself. So, oh
I
well.
just-
It's crazy.
Just
You
speaking of,
know,
like-
you should write to Harmonix and see if you can get them to send you a free one.
I'm
for
sure that
review.
Why
won't
don't you just
happen.
buy the game itself if they release it? You think they're only going to release
No,
the full
they'll
kit?
have both. See, I'm not sure.
Well, the game itself probably won't cost $200.
No,
Just the
that'll be
disc, right?
$60-$70 or whatever.
All
But
You don't really need the drum kit that comes with
no, I
the-
don't. But the guitars, I think, are supposed to be better.
Sure they are.
It can't be
Oh,
that much
everything's
different.
wireless. That's why.
Well,
It's-
the one we have right
wireless
here
is
is wireless.
fucking overrated anyway.
The one I bought is wireless.
Yeah, well,
and it's probably better than just as good.
I
as
would just
anything.
get the
Are you really
game.
rolling around
Only
on the
the
floor like
microphone.
Marty McFly? Yeah.
Yeah,
well, yes.
crawling on your back.
Yeah.
Across the
Looking
Sorry,
like a jackass.
fellas. It's just too darn loud.
for the pinheads.
Yeah.
Speaking of crazy expensive peripherals, this just popped in my head. Did any of you guys ever play or buy Steel Battalion for the Xbox?
No.
That
Dave
$200.
did.
Of course
I
Dave
thought-
did. And
I
he
thought
sold
about
it
it
like 3
seriously.
days later.
Did he?
What is
Oh,
it?
yeah. Steel Battalion
awesome.
is really fucking awesome.
Pedal kit.
Yeah, it had like this
40
gigantic...
buttons.
It was like a mech game. And it was $200, and it came with a gigantic control panel that you had to sit on a desk, and it was like the
Two
control panel
joysticks.
of the mech.
Yeah.
And like all the buttons
It's
and
about
things.
3-4 feet long.
Yeah, all the stuff lit up, and like there's an eject button, all this other cool
Windshield
stuff.
wiper button.
Yeah,
stuff
it
like
was
that.
it was fucking cool. The biggest drawback to it is like that's the only game it worked with. It's $200
Yeah.
for something that you're going to use when you play the game. If you played the game and got far into it, it's the funniest part of the game. Like if you didn't, if you knew about it and somebody else didn't. So you play through the game and you build up your character and
Yeah.
all this other stuff, and you get level ups and blah 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 blah. If you're dying
And you don't hit that eject
and
button.
you don't hit the eject button, like there's an eject button that starts to flash when your mech's
when
about
you
to
flip
explode.
and it has that cover over.
Yeah,
it
and you
pop
flip.
over.
Yeah, if you don't eject, your character's gone. Like it saves, your character's gone. You can't use your character anymore. You have to start from like square one, which
Yep.
is very very funny. I know that happened to Dave,
Eh,
which is pretty humorous.
Looks like you can get it on eBay for
Oh,
$76 with no free shipping. Look at that.
really?
$80.
That
See,
might be
That's
worth it.
worth that's worth
calculated.
$76.
I would
those
say so.
Stupid Sama de Amigo maracas were going for like 160.
That's absurd.
which was retarded. That is actually fucking
But
cool.
is it backwards compatible on the 360? Do you know?
But you want to know what?
Dude,
There's
that's
a lot of
crazy
games.
It
looking
actually
control
is.
system.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
it
think
is, but
that's
there's,
one of the games that's.
there's a lot of games like the ones that are backwards compatible. Like I have a widescreen TV. Like anybody that's smart has a widescreen TV now.
And it's all
And they
box,
make it
yeah.
letterbox. Like I'm not gonna play that shit on my.
That's annoying.
It is fucking annoying. Like I don't know why they didn't fix it where you can make it
An
widescreen.
option. There should be a
There should be an
downloadable
option.
patch.
Like you should be able to go into the Xbox dashboard,
Yeah.
like the original Xbox dashboard where you can change it, but
stretch
you
it.
can't. It's fucking obnoxious. It really annoys the shit out of me that I
Yeah.
can't do that. That's the most annoying thing about the backwards compatibility with the Xbox 360. Like
They might
it's
actually change
letterbox.
that. That might.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's high in the priority list, honestly.
I'm sure it's not, and that's why I think they're never going to change it. That's why I still have
Yeah.
my Xbox hooked up because that shit annoys me.
Yeah.
is a
I got
cool
real
looking
sad when I
controller,
tried
It
to.
is
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
I would buy this just so I could like use it for like a remote control cars or something like
For
that.
for $78, it's well worth it.
Absolutely.
It's
I might
well
have to
worth
get
it. If it comes with the game, it's well worth it.
Yeah, it's a game.
Even the
and the whole control
$200, it
pad.
was worth it.
Yeah.
But like I
one
said, you
game.
can only use it on that one game. Like that thing is really cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, look at it. Like and all those buttons light up. It's awesome.
That's very cool looking. I've never seen this game before. I didn't even know about it.
It's awesome.
Totally crazy.
Yeah, I got real sad when I put in Conker's Bad Fur Day or whatever the hell it's called on Xbox, and when I saw it in that fucking square box, I was like, what's going on
Yeah,
here?
exactly. You
When
don't-
I go into the menu, I'm like, where's the option?
There is
gotta
no
be.
option. The
that doesn't
option
make
is in
any
the
sense.
Xbox dashboard. That's the problem. It's in the on the original Xbox. You have to change it from letterbox to widescreen.
Wait a minute, they're doing the update of the dashboard. Maybe they'll do it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Maybe.
But
just avatars.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Pants, shirts, hats.
Oh, I wish I had that
Pants,
ready.
shirts, hats.
Yeah, I don't think the dashboard upgrade's going to have anything to do with.
Yeah, with the original Xbox because they've moving past that. It's not like I would expect Sony to do something like that because they're still big on their PlayStation 2. Xbox, are they even making?
You know what it actually
That took
probably
me 10
depends on? Now that they're doing re-release of all these classic Xbox games directly through Live, if if there turns out that there's a high demand for those things and like people are actually like buying like a good volume of them, then you might see some sort of change where they're actually going to upgrade them.
But the ones that they're releasing on through Xbox Live, those are widescreen. The ones that you can download, those are widescreen.
Oh, they actually are?
Yeah, I believe they are.
I'm not so sure about that.
They're
because
not?
I think I downloaded the first Fable, and I don't remember it being widescreen.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was playing that, and it was, I put it into my old Xbox because I kind of wanted to get ready for the second one. I'm half excited about it. I'm not really, but I kind of want to play the first one to get through it, and so I can kind of, play the second one and
be familiar,
like a continuation, like a familiarity with it. But
you can be a homosexual in that, right?
Oh yes, you can have a gay marriage in the second one.
That's
awesome.
Wait, in what?
You can
in
turn
the Fable
on
2?
I thought you could do that on the
in the first one. You
as
could
well.
marry a guy.
Really?
Yeah.
If you give him a ring or something, you
Yeah,
can marry him.
yeah, you could do it.
Okay.
There's all
Cock
sorts of.
ring.
They get those big hearts over their head.
Yeah, like
you
in
flex your
Sims.
muscles.
It's way ahead of its time, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. Just real quick to wrap this part up about
By
what
the
else
way,
is
I'm
coming
not.
out.
I'm not buying anything recent.
Yeah.
You never got to me. Kind of skipped over.
Nobody cares.
Thanks. I thought about getting Star Wars, but I'm probably gonna hold off. I'm kind of broke right now.
Yeah.
So is everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, I told you for your birthday, Chris. If you want, I'll get you Castle Crashers or something.
Hey, here's a.
That's the box that came in.
This is Steel Battalion
looks like a
new
big, like,
in
ammo
box
case.
for $30.
What?
Yeah.
You better click on
Plus
that.
shipping.
How many days?
How much is shipping?
$80.
No, it says
It's just like
it says calculate.
nice,
Hold on, I'll see how much it was. What's your zip code?
$80.
07458
What?
08873.
or 07458.
Now that everybody knows where
You're
we
not
live.
getting it, Earl. I'm gonna jump on it before you. I'll break your fucking iPhone.
58.
All right, but anyway, as I was saying, just to wrap up, what else is coming out soon that you might want to buy?
$20. So you're talking $50 for it.
That's
That
not bad
is
at
not
all.
bad. And it comes in the
No.
box.
It's new in box. It
I
says.
play it like 3 times,
That's
but
a-
it's worth having for $50.
That's a beautiful thing. All right, October 20th, Dead Space is coming out.
Ooh.
So
Oh yeah,
that looks
I
hot.
forgot about that game. When is that? It's the same day as Fallout.
No, a week
It's
before.
week before.
It's a week before. Oh man,
So,
I can't afford both.
I
those
know,
games.
I know. This is rough, but you got to get them all. Gotta catch
catch 'em all.
Guitar Hero
Comes out this month.
is October 26th, which is
Oh really?
same.
I thought it comes out this month.
or a week after. No, October 26th for I guess for 360. I don't know. A week after Rock Band 2. I still don't know if I'm getting that or not because how many plastic drums can I deal with in this room?
Lots.
But
For the whole room.
Fill the room with drums.
To make
It all depends on the songs
Make
they
it like a
have.
Neil Peart, like 30 pad drum kit.
I don't know. Wario Land Shake It, which looks exactly like the GBA Wario Land 4 and stuff like that, but nicer graphics and animation. Of course, you have to shake around the controller
Which is
like an
really
asshole,
fun.
which sucks. But you know what? If it plays anything like those other ones, I'm definitely buying it regardless.
Really?
It looks awesome.
I
Did you
can't-
see any videos?
I saw I can't deal with that stupid controller.
I can't either. But if it, it's
I
not
just
like you
can't
used
deal
it
with
the
it.
whole time.
I guess.
Well, you can play it when I get it.
I
and
can't look
decide.
past it. Like I just can't.
That's actually September 22nd. That's what's today?
Today's the 14th.
14. All right, good. A week and a couple days. And then Little Big Planet's actually October 21st, so that'll be bought also. And that's all the
Dude,
good
that's
games
a huge
coming
amount
out.
of money to spend in
I
one
know.
month. I mean, how add that up. Tally that up. How
Well,
many,
you
how
know
many
what,
games
that-
are coming out
just
within a
pretend
week
like
of
it's
each other?
6 games.
That doesn't even take into account the fact that I got the special editions of both Fallout and
Gears.
So that's like $150 a pop.
That I think that's about $1,000 for the whole deal.
Oh my god, that's
That's
insane,
ridiculous.
dude.
Well, that's
That's-
okay because I'll
You
play
gotta
all.
start writing to these companies and
You
how
got 2 kidneys, right? You can sell them.
Sell
Sell some blood.
They don't work very well, but yeah.
That's all right. They don't know that.
I'm just gonna have to start playing everything on Mammy because
So
I can't afford
It'll
this
grow
stuff
back.
anymore.
Dude, that's insane. That's
Yeah.
a lot of money for 1
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
You know, I'll buy it used if I have to. I'm fine with that.
What's that?
These games, I'll give them a month and then buy them used for $20.
Yeah, people
For
trade
$5 less at
Yeah,
GameStop.
$5
Awesome.
less.
No, not GameStop. You
Fuck
buy them on
GameStop.
eBay.
Yeah.
Fuck GameStop. That's like the worst place. They don't even promise. GameStop doesn't even promise that it's going to come with the instructions or the original case.
Yeah, that shit's annoying. But the one good thing about it is you have 14 days to play it and hate it and return it.
Yeah,
I guess so.
So that's like a free rental. That's why Jack and I left.
Yeah. That was the worst.
They did that with new games for the longest.
But Earl, would you like to subscribe to Game Informer? You get a 10% off discount card.
10% off discount card.
But would you like to reserve something
today.
that's coming out? Blah blah blah. Would you like to trade in your old games? Blah 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 blah
But
blah.
thank you for calling GameStop, where you can buy and sell used games. Madden 99 is coming out, and you can reserve it, and you can buy and sell used games to buy Madden. Is this GameStop?
Do you have Madden 99?
Say all that for naught.
Exactly. Oh, you know what I forgot to bring up, Earl, about old Funko Land days? You could buy a refurbished Dreamcast. Reburnished? Do you have reburnished Dreamcast?
I thought of something the other day, and it slipped my mind now, like something that somebody would always fuck it up, and I'm trying to, I can't remember right now. I really can't. Oh, it sucks. It was really funny, too.
Did we bring up, if I was white, you would?
If I was white, you would have done it. I don't think we did.
Okay, this one black dude came in all the time, and he had like a stutter. And what did he want? Do you remember what he asked me for? Oh, he wanted a discount.
He wanted a discount.
Yeah.
He just wanted Jack's discount.
He goes, can I get discount? I go, no. If I was white, you would.
It was quite humorous.
Yeah,
I was
that's
standing
it.
there. I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Wow, idiots.
Ah, memories.
Let's make Aaron or Chris cook us some food while we're in here.
Okay. Aaron will do it. She'll make you runny eggs.
With hot sauce?
Yeah, of course. Hot sauce on everything.
Is she
I
black?
did want to talk about, in the newest issue of Play Magazine, there's an article about some Nintendo Wii game coming out, and the guy, Dave Halverson, which is like the greatest guy in the world, he thinks exactly like we do about like old school games, and he rips into Nintendo for being assholes and saying fuck you to all the loyal fan base that was there.
Good.
But I guess I don't really want to read it right now. But just go buy the magazine. It's the best video game magazine out there. It's better than EGM. Not saying much, but it's better than Game Informer.
How much is a subscription?
I just got one. Shit. I think it comes out to $26.
It's $6 a copy. So.
No. Well, yeah, but when you get the thing, it's like maybe
they
a
have
couple
subscription
bucks.
info in here.
I can't remember, but it's worth every penny. Like, if you want, I'll go grab the thing so you can look at it. Like, every page is like glossy and has amazing quality. Oh, you have it?
Yeah, I have it here.
Oh, okay.
I just can't find the subscription info on it.
Oh.
How about
Look for the just flip through and look for that card. You know, the one that always falls out, which is probably already gone.
Yeah,
because it fell out already.
Yeah.
ends up in the trash can in my bathroom.
Yeah,
exactly.
Open it up the first time. It's like, oh, taking a dump. Oh, there you go.
The only thing that the guy, I guess he's the editor or whatever, Dave Halverson. The only one thing that I've ever disagreed with him on was when I guess it was Xbox 360 came out. They came out with a new Sonic, and he said it was amazing. And there's no way that game was amazing. It was all sorts of glitchy and full of bugs, but besides that, he's spot on with everything. So, all right, I guess that's it. We'll wrap this up. Join us next time when we talk about Sega Genesis. Thanks for joining us. Oh, wait, you know what? Fuck. Earl, do you want to tell the... Because we promised every week you'd tell a good father story so you can relive your childhood pain. Do you want to tell the one about you know how hard me'll work?
Oh yeah, sure. This one was I don't even remember what I was doing. Like I guess when I
came home late.
Yeah, when I was in high school, like we would my friends and I would go out to Fridays all the time and stuff like that. So I guess we went to Fridays and I don't know. I guess my father's from the 30s and he thought I should be home by the time the street lights turned on or something like that. So this was in the middle of the summer. It's not like I had school the next day or something like that, but my father's a truck driver. He works early and he's a light sleeper. Whatever the case is, I came home. It was like 12:10. It wasn't even late. It's not like I came home at like 4:00 in the morning. So what my father did, Luke, we had an alarm system on my house, but it wasn't like a high tech alarm system. It wasn't like an ADT with a key punch. There was actually a key that you turn to turn on the alarm like it was like the button from the 60s, you know. So, and it was right by the back door. And I went to go in the back door, and like you could tell when the alarm was on because there's two little lights. There's a green light and a red light. And when the red light's on, it's like the alarm's on. So I went to open the door. Because normally I would just open the door and switch off the key really quick because I knew exactly where it was. I got used to it. I guess he got used to me being used to it, so he deadbolted the back door, so I couldn't get in the back door, so I had to go in the front door. So I went through the front door, and the alarm was like, wah, 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 wah. So I ran to the kitchen, and I shut it off. And as I'm walking
running
back,
downstairs,
my father, like, because his room is like right down the hall from the kitchen. He's like, wham! Busts out of his door and like grabs me by the shirt and like slams me against the door and like
10 feet off the ground,
like off the ground, like he's superhuman or something like that. He's like, you know how hard me at work? You know how hard me at work? Yes. No, you don't. No, you don't. You know, like, I don't even know what came of that. I was like, sorry, Dad. Like I was terrified. I thought he was gonna throw me down a flight of stairs. But whatever.
The best part of that is that he purposely locked the back door so he could be woken up and annoyed.
Yes,
so he could flip out on
you. You know,
you.
like I could get in the house without waking the guy up. I got used to it. No. He wanted to be woken up so he could yoke me up and slam me against the door, which was very, very fun. Hooray for my childhood.
Ah, memories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess that's it, folks. Bye,
everyone.
Yeah, bye. Join us next week when we talk about Sega Genesis.
Later!
Sega.
Wasn't that orgasmic? What other podcast runs for an hour and 16 minutes and says absolutely nothing? Exits are both at the front and rear of the building. And of course, tickets are not refundable. Jerk.